Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. This is a story time video for part 5 of my ex-wife and I took our kids for photos with Santa. That was a mistake. So I'm really excited. I wanted to make sure I got this out for you guys on Christmas. So Merry Christmas. I hope everybody had an awesome day. And yeah, so let's get right on into story time. So, just a little disclaimer before we get on into these stories. I just wanted to let everybody know that these are not my stories. This is a series written by an author on redditnosleep.com. I will be linking the page to the story. And please go over, hit the story with some likes, and show this author's. My ex-wife and I took our kids for pictures with Santa. Our holiday horror is at an end. I held my ex-wife's hand tight as the gruesome figure of Santa Claus loomed before us. The fearsome reindeer he had used to pin us down inside the doll's room were now blocking all the exits. "Looks like we're going down in a fight," Carly commented as we held each other's backs. It felt good to be working together again to stave off impossible odds, like we were almost a couple. It made me fearful of what would happen at the end of our journey. We had always worked together more when the girls were involved. What would happen if we couldn't save them? Or worse, what would happen if there was no hope? The shambling corpse of St. Nick lurked close and took off his red cap before bowing gracefully toward us. Then the spirit of Christmas himself spoke to us. "Ladies, you need not fear. 'Tis Christmas, and as you know, all good little boys and girls get gifts on this most merry of days." He offered as he showed us a bag that was seemingly full of gifts. "Reach inside. I have brought something for each of you," he told us. We didn't dare question him. I went first, and I took out a stuffed doll that resembled Thea. Carly went next and found a porcelain one mimicking Ladon. It confirmed our fears, that somewhere he was using our girls as models for his malicious toy factory. "Where are they, you monster?" Carly yelled as she attempted to pummel Santa. I grabbed her arm and pulled her back, uncertain how the jolly old elf would react to the assault. His belly jiggled like a vat of old jello. "You deserve to be on the naughty list, little girl." This only infuriated Carly more, and I couldn't hold her back. There was a candy cane prop sitting just a few feet away, and she grabbed it, hurling it straight towards the clown's stomach. Santa was still ho-ho-hoing as the prop struck him in the gut, and he fell backwards. I joined in the attack, his laughter driving me insane as I grabbed the candy cane and shoved it deeper. Vats of bubbling black slime oozed out of his belly as Santa's laughter became more and more hoarse. Then at last, it stopped altogether. Carly helped me to my feet, and we watched in surprise as the rest of Santa's body began to disintegrate. Then there was nothing left except for the bones of an elf that stuck to the red and white suit. Did we just kill Santa Claus?" Carly asked in disbelief. I wiped away a bit of fat off my cheek and walked over his corpse. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Carly followed me into the toy room. The reindeer seemed a bit more confused now that their master was dead and blindly followed. As a matter of fact, it almost seemed that the creatures were docile now. "We need to go deeper," she said as we arrived at another long staircase. Together we rushed to the bottom, trying to find any clues that might help bring our girls back. At last we arrived at a door. Prying it open caused a rush of winter cold to hit us. On the other side was the closest representation to the North Pole I had ever seen. Christmas music that sounded old and made by bagpipes filled the air as we trudged towards the snow. There was a workshop ahead. "I think we need to lay off the eggnog," Carly commented as we got closer. It was still beyond belief that this was even real, but the cold was making our fingers frostbite, the ice making our bodies quake. The door opened on its own accord, a surly old woman glaring towards us as she held a tray of cookies in our faces. "Well then, it's about time," she remarked as she ushered us in. Carly and I followed cautiously into the small home, looking about the different trinkets and discarded toys and realizing that this was in fact the Claus's residence. "You two must be starving," she said as she went to the kitchen to grab us glasses of milk. The way she walked impelled a limp. "Forgive me for asking, Mrs. Claus, But why are you not angry at the fact that your husband is dead? I asked pointedly. There was no need to beat around the bush. Her glazed eyes looked towards us as she returned with the milk, and she smiled thinly. Oh, he will be back. He always comes back. The children need him. Carly put down the milk, too frightened to drink it. What does that mean? We just killed him. There's nothing left. Belief is a powerful thing, Mrs. Claus told us with a cackle. Please, ma'am. All we care about is getting our girls back, Carly told us. She rubbed her wrinkled chin thoughtfully. Have you written a letter to Santa about it? She asked. I was taken aback now, too. There's no way I'm ever going to appease that thing, I muttered. Mrs. Claus shrugged and sipped some hot cocoa unconcerned. We'll do it. We'll bring him back, Carly blurted out. My eyes got as big as saucers, and I grabbed her arm to pull her aside. Do you realize what you were saying? She just confirmed that evil is dead. But if we put faith in it to bring Thea and LaDawn back, it could cause more problems for others down the line, I told her frantically. I know, and I know it's selfish, but I want our girls back, whatever it takes. I clutched her hands, and we both trembled in fear. She was right, of course. I couldn't imagine a world without them. We had to make a deal with this red devil. We'll do it, we both told her as we returned to the kitchen. Mrs. Claus clasped her hands excitedly and told us the steps of the ritual, including the address to mail it to. Then she urged us to rush back to our world. And hurry, dearies, Santa only comes once a year, she said, waving a raggedy old handkerchief towards us. We pressed across the winter wasteland back the way we had come. Along the way, I think we got lost. There wasn't exactly a good sense of direction in this place. We came across a blur of white that obscured our vision, and I saw a frozen corpse, likely from other parents that had come here to fight off against the jolly old elf. We took each other's hand and made a silent agreement not to meet the same fate, and then pushed into the wintry wall together. Eventually, we found ourselves in a dark, dank hall, and I realized it was the same closed-off area of the Eastwood Mall. Behind us, the North Pole was nowhere in sight, replaced by a brick wall. I know a back way out, Carly told me. Within the next hour, we were home, the steps that Santa's wife had given us still fresh in our minds. If we do this, we do this together. I don't want to lose them, but I don't want to lose you again either, I told Carly. She nodded in agreement as we each got a pen and paper and wrote the letter. Dear Santa, my wife and I have been very good this year and would love to spend time with our girls, Thea and LaDawn. Thea likes Barbies, and LaDawn is into My Little Pony. They both would appreciate getting new bikes. Sincerely, Allison and Carly. We are going to send the letter first thing Monday morning. If Santa is appeased by the ritual, there is a chance that our girls will return to us on Christmas Day. Until then, we can't do much else but wait. Wait and hope for a happy holiday. So that was the final part to my ex-wife and I took our kids for photos with Santa. That was a mistake. So I really, really hope you guys enjoyed that. I just wanted to make sure that I got it out for you guys here on Christmas. And I hope everybody had an amazing holiday and spent time with their family, friends. And yeah, so Merry Christmas, guys. And I will see you all in the next one.